Hi everyone, today I'm going to be filming the part 2 of the eyeshadow palette tag. This was created by Ali Glines and Samantha March, and they also had a part 1, so I'll have both of their channels as well as their videos linked down below. But yeah, this video is just going to be all about eyeshadow palettes. So there's 11, I believe, different questions, so let's just go ahead and get started. So the first question is all-time favorite eyeshadow palette, and for me that is the Kaleidos Escape Pod palette. I just absolutely love this palette. This is what the packaging looks like, and the inside looks like this. Kaleidos is just like my favorite brand of eyeshadow, and then this is my favorite palette from them. It's so pretty. You have some colorful mattes, beautiful shimmers. Some of them are like, these are more opaque shimmers, and then some of these are more like toppers. Then you have some neutral colors, so it's just a really good palette all around. The formula, the textures, everything is so amazing. So this is my #1 all-time favorite palette. The second question is your newest favorite, and it's another Kaleidos palette, and that is the Flower Punk palette. So this palette's not actually new. It came out in like spring or summer of 2021, but it's new to me. I didn't pick it up until December, so about like a month ago. But I have just really enjoyed it since I've gotten it. First of all, the packaging is so pretty. There's so much detail, and then it's cool because the top just kind of like comes off. And then this is the color story. I didn't pick this up when it first was released because I didn't really understand the color story. And I've seen people use like all these colors together, and I think it looks really pretty, but I have really been enjoying just using, you know, like the sections. So this like half I have been really liking. I don't have a lot of these tones in my collection, so I've really been enjoying using these. And then these 3 I actually have on my eyes right now with some of the more yellow shades on the bottom. But these 2 mattes are so pretty. Like, I can see using them even with other like shimmers and stuff, or just like, I don't know, they're just very pretty tones. And then the shimmers are more like toppery shades. They're not super opaque. You can build them up, and if you use a glitter glue, like, it makes them more opaque. But yeah, I don't know, I have just been enjoying this so much more than I even expected, so yes. And the next question is palette that you keep for the memories, and for me that's the Subculture palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This palette came out in 2017, and it's just so pretty. Like, even now it's just such a unique color story, and you can see that it's kind of beat up a little bit. Mine's very dirty on the outside, but I got this palette right when it launched, and there's a whole controversy over it, but I still really enjoyed it. And even though the formula was not the best, I still enjoy it, and I don't think I will ever get rid of it, just because she's an icon, you know. She's so good, and the color story really is so unique, so that is a good memory. The next one is underrated. So I have 2 palettes for this one, and they're for different reasons. So the first one is the Ecstasy Sublime palette from McGrath. This is just a little 5-pan palette in like plastic packaging, and it's on her website for $10. Like, I don't know, I really enjoy this palette. I wear these 2 shades to work a lot. I think that they're so pretty. I just feel like I don't see a lot of people ever talking about this. It's an older palette, but no one ever talks about it, and I think it's so pretty, and it's $10, so I highly recommend if you want some neutrals, or if you've never tried McGrath and you want to. This is a very inexpensive way to try out her formula and get some nice everyday neutral shades. And this red shade is actually like a duochrome, really pretty. So still very special, McGrath formula, everything. And then the other one I have for underrated is not really an underrated product in the sense that not a lot of people have it. I just feel like it gets overshadowed by other palettes from the brand, and that's the Natasha Denona bronze palette. It looks like this. It's so pretty. It's kind of like a monochromatic bronzy coppery palette, and like I said, I think a lot of people have this palette and enjoy this palette, but I feel like in a lot of people's like Natasha Denona rankings, it gets ranked kind of low, and I don't know, I love this palette so much, and I think it deserves so much love. Like, it's a warm tone dream. I don't know, I love this palette, and I think it's a little bit underrated, even though a lot of people do have it. So next is a favorite that, or sorry, it's not a favorite, but you can't get rid of it, and I have two palettes, but they're like the same, if that makes sense, same collection, and that is the Illmakiage and Rico Nasty collab. This is another one that I feel like not a lot of people have or talk about, but these are a collab palette with Rico Nasty, and I think that they are so pretty. So this is the Lo-Fi palette, and then this one is the packaging is so cool, it's very mirrored, and this is the Neon Rage palette, so very colorful, and I think these are so cool. I think the packaging is cool. It's a collab with Rico Nasty, which is cool, and I really want to love these palettes so much, and I was so excited when I got them, but the formula is just so weird, and I still do use these palettes once in a while, and I think that, again, I think that the color story is so pretty, but they just do not, you can't use brushes with like any of these, even the mattes, they don't pick up on brushes, and they're hard to blend, and I don't know, it's just very weird. So I do love these palettes, and I do not plan to get rid of them, but I also don't really use them because the formula is just so weird. I don't know. So next is favorite collab, and that is the Club Nebula palette with Angelica Nyquist, and Kaleidos. It is so pretty. Again, it has beautiful matte, colorful mattes, but much deeper mattes, and then you have some more like topper shimmery shades, you have some duochromes, then you have some more opaque shimmers. Like, it's just so pretty. And even in this palette, there's not really like neutral shades, but you can definitely still get a more neutral look, and you can go very colorful and very dark. Like, it just has so much range, and it's just such an amazing palette. Definitely my personal favorite collab palette, and I love Kaleidos so much, so just even if it wasn't a collab, I still would have gotten this because I love Kaleidos and I love the color story. But the collab just makes it that much better because Angelica is such a wonderful YouTuber and creator and makeup artist, so yes. I also wanted to shout out the Odins Eye collabs. These are much newer to my collection. I've only had these for about a month, but I've really enjoyed them. So this is the Hummingbird palette with Tina from the Fancy Face, and this one is very colorful and there's a lot of shimmer shades. This is the Red Dragon palette in collaboration with Judy. This one is so pretty. Such a pretty neutral palette, but like there's definitely like special aspects of it. So there's more like, there's a duo or a multi-chrome, some green, beautiful greens, a pop of red, like more neutral but still like very special. And then this is the Giant Wolves palette in collaboration with Annette's Makeup Corner. So pretty. This multi-chrome is just insane. I love these greens. This black eyeshadow is very good as well. This blue is so pretty. I really like this palette. I like all of them. So I wanted to shout those out because they deserve to be shouted out as well. Next is 2021 favorite. So for me, that is the Pat McGrath Mothership 9 Utopian Dream palette, if I can get it open. This palette is so pretty and I'm so happy that I picked it up. It came out in, I think, about August or so of 2021, and I love this palette so much. You have a multi-chrome, you have beautiful like toppery like duochrome shades. This gold is like a very flaky, dry, textured gold, but in the best way. These two shades, they're just like metallics, but they have like sparkle in them. They're so pretty. The mattes are amazing and blendable. This is a very nice highlighter shade. You can use the matte shades as blushes even. Like, it's just, every single shade is so good. And if you were interested in this palette, I would recommend it. But I would recommend waiting for a sale because Pat McGrath has sales very often, so you can get this on sale. You don't have to pay full price, just wait, sign up for her emails, and wait till she has a sale because she does have them often, and I do think that it is worth it if you are interested. So the next one is a palette that you did not expect to love, and for me that was the Natasha Denona Glam palette, which might be kind of a strange answer to hear because I feel like a lot of people were so excited about this and expected to love it and did love it, but I was recommended this palette from my dear friend Julia. So she recommended that I get this palette, and I did buy it, and I did think it was really pretty, but I'm not super into cool tones, and I don't think this palette is really that cool tone. I think it's more neutral, like leaning cool, but I got it, and after I bought it I was like, was that a mistake? I don't know. But then I ended up using it and absolutely loving it, and I still love it, and it is this shade I use like almost every day. I love all the shimmer shades, all the matte shades. This palette is her best-selling palette for a reason. It's so amazing, and I think it really does look beautiful on everyone. And even if you're a little bit afraid of cooler tones, I think that this is a good palette to start because it's not too cool toned, and there are some more neutral and like almost warm tones even in this palette to like help get you into cool tones, if that makes sense. So I didn't expect to love this, and I absolutely love it, so it lives up to the hype. The next question is a palette that sparks joy, and for me that is the Denessa Myrick's Lightwork Volume 3 palette. Pretty much everything from Denessa Myrick's sparks joy. It is such a cool brand, and I am just always so excited for what she releases. So this palette is full of special shades. So the middle row are all iridescent shadows. You can kind of see the color, but they are so pretty as toppers. You can also use them on the face, but they look very beautiful as eyeshadow toppers. And then there's 2 duochrome like gel shades, and then you have I think 5 multi-chromes. There's a pressed glitter, which I don't use. This shade is just a shimmer shade, but it's one of my favorite gold shades in my entire collection, and then a nice matte black. But this palette is so pretty, and every time I use it I love it, and I always want to dip into it and just add a little bit of like one of the multi-chromes, and just, I don't know, I love this palette so much. And it was very expensive and I almost didn't get it, but then I did buy it, and I have no regrets, and this palette sparks joy. Every time I even see the packaging, I love this palette so much. Let's see, newest palette in my collection are actually these 2. They are from Flower Beauty. These are not new palettes either. This one came out quite a while ago. This is the Jungle Lights. So pretty. And then this is Desert Lights, more neutral. And I had an Ulta gift card, so I decided to finally pick these up because I've heard nothing but good things about them. And I haven't worn them on my eyes yet, but I have swatched them, and they are absolutely so pretty. And I'm excited to use them. And the last question is the first palette that I used in 2022. So I have my Blends Bunny palettes. I don't remember which one I used, but I know that I used one of them, maybe both of them. But this is the Surge palette. This is the Blends palette. These are so pretty, and I dip into these very often. I love using multiple palettes together at the same time, but yeah, these are what I used on the first couple of days of the year, and I love them, and I love all of these eyeshadows, and I love eyeshadow in general. So that was the conclusion of the video. I would love to hear your guys' answers to these questions down below, or if you made a video of the eyeshadow palette tag, definitely comment down below so we can go watch yours next. But yep, I hope that you guys enjoyed watching, and have a good day.